Good morning students. Today we will learn another new chapter called air. This is the fourth chapter from your s.st book. So let's start. Our earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of air. It's called atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is a huge blanket of air or a larger amount of air mass is called atmosphere. And what is air? Air is the mixture of many gases and some dust particles. All living beings on this earth depends on the atmosphere for their survival. It provided us the air to breathe and protects us from the harmful effect of sun rays. Without this blanket of protection, we would be baked alive by the heat of the sun during the day and get frozen during the night. So this mass of the air has made the temperature of the earth livable. So atmosphere is worked as a blanket which protect us from heat of the sun and coldness of the earth. Composition of the atmosphere. Do you know that the earth is taken in while breathing is actually a mixture of many gases? Actually the air is nothing but mixture of many gases. Nitrogen, oxygen are the two gases which make the bulk of the atmosphere. So the main gases of the atmosphere is nitrogen and oxygen, because these are the gases which contains most of the atmosphere. Here is the chart where you can see the percentage of the gases, like the oxygen is 21% and nitrogen is 78% of the atmospheric gases, and are some other gases like argon, carbon dioxide and all other things. The atmosphere. So nitrogen and oxygen which makes up the bulk of the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon, hydrogen are found in lesser quantities. Apart from these gases, tiny dust particles are also present in the air. So there is not only the gases in the atmosphere, there is also dust particles and water vapor in the atmosphere. The pie chart given you the percentage of the different constitutes of the air. Nitrogen is the most plentiful gas of the air as it contains the 78% of the atmosphere. When we inhale, we take some amount of nitrogen into our lung and exhale it. But plants need nitrogen for their survival. They cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. Bacteria that live in the soil and roots of some plants take nitrogen from the air and change its form so that the plant can use it. So we take nitrogen directly when we inhale the breath, but plants need nitrogen for their survival, but they cannot directly take it from the atmosphere. The bacteria that live in the roots of the plants and the soil where the nitrogen is contains, they make a form that plant can consume the nitrogen from them or from the soils. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas in the air, as it is contain the 21% of the atmosphere. Humans and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis. In this way, oxygen content of the air remains constant. If we cut trees, then this balance gets disturbed. So we take oxygen for our breathing, and when we exhale we take oxygen, and when we inhale the air we take the oxygen, consume the oxygen in our body. But when we exhale the air by breath, we exhale the carbon dioxide. So in this case the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere would have been reduced, but the green plant produce oxygen during photosynthesis. In this way, the oxygen content of the air remains constant. Carbon dioxide is another important gas. Green plants use carbon dioxide to make their food and release oxygen. Humans or animals are release carbon dioxide. The amount of the carbon dioxide released by the human or animal seems to equal to the amount used by the plants, which take perfect balance. However, the balance is upset by burning of fuels such as coal and oil. So, as we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, the humans and all the animals, but the trees or plants consume the carbon dioxide for their photosynthesis and they exhale the oxygen. In that way, the balance, the atmospheric balance is continued. But sometimes the balance is upset by burning fuels such as coal and oil and industrial burnings. They added billions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere each year. As the result of the increasing volume of the carbon dioxide is affecting the Earth's weather and climate, because the carbon dioxide consume the heat or absorb the heat. So if and the carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere. So when it's a substance of atmosphere and it consume heat, so automatically the atmosphere will be heated by the carbon dioxide. So overuse of the carbon dioxide is causing the global warming. Structure of the atmosphere. Our atmosphere is divided into 5 layers starting from the Earth's surface. So in height wise, the atmosphere is divided in some parts like this. See in this picture, troposphere, then stratosphere, then mesosphere, then thermosphere, then exosphere. So it is divided on the basis of height from Earth's surface to the upper level. So let's start. Troposphere. This is the layer, the most important layer of the atmosphere. Its average height is 13 km from the sea level. The air is breath exists there. Almost all the weather phenomena like rain, fog, hailstone occur in this layer. So this is the tropospheric layer. So this is important because all the particles which found in the air most are available in this layer. As you can see, this is the Mount Everest, and beneath this there is our Earth's surface, and most of the natural phenomena like rain, hailstone, this is occurred in this zone. From the troposphere, stratosphere, there is no thunderstorm or rain or like other atmospheric disturbance. The atmosphere is very calm upper side of the troposphere. So after troposphere we will go to the stratosphere. This is the stratosphere. Stratosphere also very important. Why it is important? Let's read. About the troposphere lies the stratosphere. It extends up to the height of 50 km. This layer is almost free from clouds and associated with weather phenomena, making the condition most ideal to fly aeroplane. One important feature of the stratosphere is that it is contain the layer ozone gas. We have just learned how it protects us from the harmful effect of the sun rays. So stratosphere is another important layer for us because it is the most stable layer of the atmosphere. Here is no hailstone or cloud or thunderstorm. So this is ideal for flying aeroplane or MiG or any kind of air vehicle. And it is also important because here is a layer of ozone gas. In this border where the written is stratopause, there is a layer of ozone gas that protects us from the UV ray of the sun. Then mesosphere. This is the third layer of the atmosphere. It lies above the stratosphere. It extends up to height of 80 km. Meteors burns up in this layer and entering from the space. So this is also important because all the meteorites which come in the contact of earth burn out in this layer, so it cannot reach the earth. So it in one way mesosphere also protect us from the extraterrestrial bodies. Thermosphere temperature rise very rapidly with the increasing of height. Ionosphere is a part of this layer and it's extended between 40 to 400 km. This layer helps in radio transmission. Fact: radio waves and transmitted from the earth to earth are deflected back to the earth by this layer. So thermosphere also a important layer, and the importance of this layer is that it transmitted the radio wave, so the we can listen the radios. Exosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is known as exosphere. This layer is very thin air and light gases like helium, hydrogen floats into the space from here. So we learn about the structure of the atmosphere. Here is the 5 part of the atmosphere. The troposphere, which is from the earth surface to 13 km above. Then stratosphere, that is 13 km to 50 km above the earth surface. Then mesosphere, that is from 50 to 80 km above the earth surface. Then thermosphere is for 80 to 400 from the above of the earth surface, and then the rest of the layer is exosphere, and that is very thin. So today we learned about the composition of the atmosphere, then the division of the structure of the atmosphere according to height. I hope you understand what I taught you today. We will start the next topic, weather or climate, from the next day. Thank you.